Hey there, I'm Claire and this is my November wrap-up and December maybe TBR hopefully kind of list. I had a lot of books on my November TBR and I didn't get to very many of them at all because it was NaNoWriMo and it was really busy. So in October I started reading the creepy comic book series Locke and Key by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez, and I really enjoyed Volume 1, Welcome to Lovecraft, which was my Halloween review. Here is Volume 2, Head Games, and Volume 3, A Crown of Shadows, and they were both really good and really creepy, and I really wanted to pick up book 4 straight away. I have it here at home, but I figured I'd save it for later because those are beautiful, but they're also quite expensive. They're about £15 each, so I kind of wanted to pace myself with those, so I still have book 4 to read in December, and I will see if I can pick up book 5 and 6, given that I'm likely to be in a lot of bookshops in the run-up to Christmas. Next, I listened to the audiobook for Dragon Singer by Ian McCaffrey, which is a book I've read a million times in French, in English. It was one of my absolute favourite books when I was a kid. I still absolutely adore it, and when I'm feeling stressed or down, I really just love to listen to it. It's a young adult book in her Dragon Riders of Perrin series, and it's about this girl called Menely who has grown up in a kind of sheltered castle life where she just wants to do music and to sing and to play instruments, and her family has always told her that's not really a thing that girls do, and she really shouldn't do it in public because it's kind of shameful. And so then she gets eventually discovered and brought to the Harpercraft Hall, where basically the point of life is to make music all of the time, and she finds her place there and she's really happy. This book is the second in a trilogy, but the first one kind of details how she gets bullied in her home, and it's kind of distressing, so I don't like to read it again and again too much. And finally, at the end of November, I read A Hero at the End of the World by Erin Claiborne. I made a whole video about this book the other day telling you how much I loved it, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much. So those were the books that I read in November. It is not very many, especially considering one of them was a reread. And currently my Goodreads challenge, which was to read 60 books this year, is at 47 out of 60 books. I am 8 books behind schedule and I still have books to read for December itself. I'm quite far behind, and I think normally I wouldn't mind not reading 60, but now that I've not won NaNoWriMo for this year, I kind of feel like I want to win my Goodreads challenge. I know it's a bit silly, but at the same time in December I have a full week off for Christmas. I have a lot of travel to go home and see my parents, so I figured that's some quality reading time right there because... And so here's my TBR slash mini haul slash plan to tackle my December TBR mountain. So right now I'm listening to the audiobook of The Miniaturist by Jessie Burton. This book has been a big bestseller this year. It's been on a lot of awards lists. It's won some awards. Several of my friends have read it and liked it, so I figured I'd give it a go. The audiobook is narrated by the author herself because she's also an actor, and that's always a positive in my book. The Miniaturist is a historical novel about a girl called Nella who has just gotten married. She's 18 and she moves in to her husband's home where he lives with his sister and servants and his dogs. And basically Nella's quite lost there. Her husband is distant, she doesn't really know what's going on, she doesn't get along with the sister at all, and her husband makes her a present of this beautiful doll's house that is an exact replica of their home. So it gives this to her as a wedding gift, and she's supposed to take care of it, but she doesn't really know where to start. So she orders some stuff from a miniaturist in town, and the miniaturist sends extra things that she hasn't asked for that match the inside of her house. So she hasn't told this person what's in her home, but somehow they know. And that's about where I am so far in the book. It is really beautifully written, the prose is really intricate. Another audiobook that I got, which is also a historical novel, is Remarkable Creatures by Tracy Chevalier. She's probably best known for The Girl with the Pearl Earring, but I picked up Remarkable Creatures instead because Remarkable Creatures is about Mary Anning, who was a real-life geologist in the 18th, 19th century, I think? I forget. Anyway, there was a Google Doodle about Mary Anning a few months ago, and I read her Wikipedia article and I was fascinated with her. She just sounded like such a perfect character to have in a novel. So I'm quite excited to give this one a go. So to get back into some more traditional territory for me, I don't read a lot of historical literary fiction, so I think those two will be plenty for that for December. But I have got a few geeky things that I'm so excited to read. So first of all, as I said, I want to finish Locke and Key. So this is Keys to the Kingdom, which is book 4, and then there are 2 more books that I want to get. And then another comic that I've been dying to read is IRL, In Real Life, by Cory Doctorow and Jen Wong. I ordered this the other day and it just came in today, and I'm so happy that it came in on time so I can show it to you because it's so pretty. I just love the cover, and I'm just kind of opening it at random pages, so I'm hoping that either you can't read too much of it or it's not too spoilery. I haven't read it either, but I just think the art in it is so beautiful. I've read several of Cory Doctorow's novels and I love his writing, so I'm confident that I'm going to absolutely love this. Clearly it's about a girl and her video game avatar. I don't really know a lot more about the story than that. I have to say just how pretty it was, and the fact that it was written by Cory Doctorow was enough for me to say, take my money. And in other exciting news, I have Waistcoats and Weaponry by Gail Carriger. This is the 3rd book in Gail Carriger's Finishing School series, and I am so excited to read it. I absolutely adored the first 2 books. This is a book about a young girl called Sophronia who gets into a lot of trouble at home until she is sent by her mother to a boarding school, a finishing school, where her mother hopes she will become a lady. But it turns out this finishing school is a school where they teach young girls to finish people. So basically, it's a boarding school on an airship that makes the girls into very well-mannered spies and assassins. I love this series. It's really funny. So this is a review copy that Atom sent Julianne at Bookish Brits, but she hasn't read the first 2, and I saw that she had it, and I kind of maybe begged a little bit, so she let me read it first. And I've also got a whole lot of books on my Kindle that I haven't read yet. The Kindle is a fairly recent acquisition. I got it in September, but I've already bought a bunch of ebooks that I haven't read yet. I still haven't read Afterworlds by Scott Westerfeld, which takes place in NaNoWriMo, so I'll probably have a look at that in December. I've also still got the 3rd book in the White Trash Zombie series by Diana Rowland. I've got a whole bunch of steampunk novels that I haven't started yet. Those are the things that I've been planning to read in December, but I kind of feel like a definite lack of festive cheer in my choices of books to read this December, and I definitely need some more books if I'm going to make that 60 books in a year target. So if you have any suggestions for any wintry, Christmassy, seasonal books that I should be reading in December, please let me know in the comments below. This has been my November wrap-up and December TBR video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. I've been Claire, thanks so much for watching, and see you soon.